I often write about how the small details can raise good work to exceptional results. They say all safety rules are written in blood, and sound technique is similarly gained from a hard-won or sometimes desperate need. When you understand why a method works, it eases your effort and can help you turn your frustration into discovery. Your sewing needles can be 2 tiny lessons in how to achieve this state. Master the small details to make it great.
The purpose of locking your needles is simply to ensure your thread doesn't come loose when hand sewing leather. Unlike sewing fabric, leatherworking typically uses a single, thicker thread instead of a double thread. So I put a single thread through the eye to initially fix it in place. But if I leave the thread like this, it will easily fall out when sewing. I could tie a knot, but then the thread will get stuck in the stitch hole. I could twist the thread, but this too will unravel. I need to set the thread with something thinner, like a twist, but one that doesn't come apart, like a knot. This is why you pierce the thread. Take a length of thread, roughly 1.5 times the length of your needle. Put that length through the eye. Now we'll do sort of a twist and a long knot by piercing the thread like so. It will look like a little S. This tangle won't easily unravel, but it's on the wrong side of the needle, and it won't go through the stitch holes. So we'll slide it down and pull it over the eye to put it on the right side. Now the thread is locked, woven on itself, and it won't come out easily. A few tips. Many people try to slip the thread over the point. This is really hard, especially with thin thread because it's so hard to see and it's so slippery. Instead, put the thread between your thumb and forefinger. Insert your needle in between your fingers. Harness needles are blunt, so you shouldn't poke yourself. The thread is trapped between your fingers, and the needle has nowhere to go except through the thread. After you pierce the thread, slide it over the needle in one motion. Don't stop or you'll make a knot. The number of pierces secures the thread at the expense of making the result thicker. I suppose you could pierce it once with really thick thread, but with medium thread you'll need 2. This secures it well enough without adding too much bulk. If you're using finer thread, pierce it 3 times. Now you have a lock thread ready to sew.